Yep, I know what's that. Oh, they're coming there. Hello, everybody. Hello. Good. Someone's trying to write me. Oh, I'm starting. You're not getting it. Goodbye. Oh, a few names are added. Jose's. Yeah, I had a little Brits today. That was exciting. Yeah. Nothing. Can't be everywhere. We had a lot. I didn't meet them all. A lot of different people, but. Here. How nice. I thought I was at home. Okay. Charter. These might be more reliable just in case. To all those who are watching us streaming at home, we want to thank Gary for working on this service for us. And we want to thank you for your patience. Our congregation was socializing a little outside. But for those of you that are streaming at home, know that if you are ill, we are praying for your recovery. And if you're just relaxing, enjoying Shabbat, we want you to have a wonderful Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat Shalom and welcome. It is great to have the choir with us. We are moving into summer mode. If you have a child, well, a lot of us have children, but if you have a child who is still in school, you know that they're pretty much all done. And so we're in that time where the roads get easier and the traffic is less. And I hope you get at least a little bit of vacation in Fort Worth so you can enjoy that pleasant experience. It is also the last full choir Shabbat of the season. Hard to imagine, but the next time we see them, they will be tuning up for the holidays in 3 months. So thank you for being with us and getting us ready for rest before you get us ready for work. We continue with the lighting of Shabbat candles, but first we turn to each other. We wish each other Shabbat Shalom. We welcome each other so we're one community. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbos. We turn to page 120. We greet each other. We greet Shabbat. A reminder for our visitors that there are thicker and thinner prayer books. We'll read the same prayers, but if you have two sets of page numbers in your book, that means you have the thinner book, which means you'll want to look to the page numbers in brackets. We are on page 120 as we welcome Shabbat. And thank you, Charna, for helping us welcome it. Shall Shabbat. Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
And we have a wonderful concert in a little while, so not a sermon, but a couple teachings. The quick teaching is, today is the 27th day of the Omer, and for those of you who haven't been around in a couple weeks, a reminder. Yeah, it'll be relatively quick. You can sit if you want, but it won't be long. I'll keep my word. It really won't be. Rabbi's quick. 27th day of the Omer, a reminder for those of you who have not been following. The Omer is representative of the offering of wheat that was first brought to the temple on the second day of Passover, and it marked the counting of the days from slavery, redemption, the crossing of the sea, to the giving of the Torah at Mount Sinai, at that great moment of revelation. And so Jews count the Omer in different ways in terms of greater awareness, and some of our more mystically inclined even assign a different meaning, a different attribute, a different lesson to every single day of the Omer. So I have to tell you that today is the 27th. Tonight is the 27th night / tomorrow is the 27th day of the Omer. And you're saying, well, why should that matter? Well, the 27th day of the Omer, actually it's not the 27th day of the Omer, the 42nd day of the Omer, all right, is I'm counting wrong, Shavuot's almost here, is the unless I'm getting this wrong, 7th day of Iyar. Maybe now I'm getting it right. The 27th day of Iyar, if you take every single word in the Torah literally, that's up to you, is the day when the flood ended. Even if you're not sure if that's the day, it's still a great story, so stay with me on this. Is the day, according to the Torah's counting, when the flood ended and everybody came out of the ark. What did they see when they came out of the ark onto the dry land? What did you hear? I heard some good answers, but not the one I'm looking, but all good. A rainbow, right? So a rainbow stretches from end to end. A rainbow points away from us back toward the sky. The rainbow is a sign that there is the opportunity of promise and healing. Heaven and earth meet. So this is considered Rainbow Day in Judaism. If you didn't know that, now you do if you're a rainbow person. But also the rainbow is a symbol of repair. The rainbow is a symbol of healing, just as Shabbat is a day of repair and healing. In a broken world, in a world that breaks down and destroys, the rainbow is the ultimate symbol of the opportunity to come together. Shabbat not only is the opportunity for rest, but Shabbat as the opportunity to bring about healing. Healing is not so easy in a world that thrives on brokenness. So maybe that's our challenge taking this Shabbat into us. Takes a lot more work, I promise you. Breaking is easier. When I was a kid, the big movie was Earthquake. This digression has a point. And the best game, there was even an Earthquake soundtrack, where in the middle of the music, you didn't know there was music in the movie Earthquake from the 70s. In the middle of the music, you heard the earthquake. What were people thinking? And as a little boy, it was fun to throw everything over. But then my mom would say, now it's time to put it all back, so later we can play Earthquake again. And as we discovered, cleaning up is a lot harder than breaking. And we live in a world that is enamored of breaking things right now. Breaking down people, breaking down relationships, breaking down our planet, breaking down how we see one another, breaking down similarities and highlighting differences. So this is Rainbow Shabbat. This is the Shabbat when Noah gets off this boat and sees this mess. Of course, I know Noah didn't know it was Shabbat probably, but putting that aside, and sees the destruction and is tasked with repair among the brokenness. May that be one of our missions, the Shabbat. Tempted as we may be to break, may this be a Shabbat where we take a deep breath and we seek out ways to repair. And what better way to do that than to turn to page 138, and there in Kabbalat Shabbat we find that's L'cha Dodi. There on page 142, I'm jumping my cues. On page 100, am I getting it right or am I really messing up? No, I'm jumping around too much. There on page, where is Shalom Aleichem? I got 142. There on 142 is a prayer about the angels of Shabbat and the opportunity for repair. On the back of your service pamphlet, you'll find a poem written by Rabbi Rachel Barenblatt. Let's read it together. Torah quenches thirst on a hot day. In space there's no oxygen, but there is Torah. Remembering, hearing, lightning, thunder. God invited Moshe ben Amram to climb Horeb, to taste and see that Torah is good, sweet, honey smeared on parchment. Wait, I misspoke. At Sinai we heard nothing. All God spoke was the silent Aleph at the very beginning, because every soul was at Sinai. We all know the secrets of creation. There's no before or after in Torah. It's the name of God, no matter how the letters are arranged. Moshe ascended to heaven, watched as the Holy One and wrote a Torah scroll, painstakingly adoring the letters with crowns. Adoring the letters is our job. Isn't that what the rabbi would say? Torah is her name. And if we can't touch the thing itself, we can sing to the signifier as we waltz. Yisrael v'yoraita v'kudsha b'richu chadhu. We and Torah and the Holy One of Blessing are one. God's own letters, building blocks of creation. Encoded in our DNA. Take Torah in, spicy as horseradish, crumbly as a meal offering, drenched in fine oil, and exhale the name on every. We count down to Shavuot, shameless plug for the wonderful Shavuot moment we will have in 8 days here on Saturday night with our Women of Reform Judaism. Shavuot is coming, and this poem reminds us that Revelation is silent and it's loud. God is known and God is unknown. Torah is the latter. Just as Shabbat is the rainbow that connects heaven and earth, next week is Shavuot, when Revelation becomes something we can almost touch when our period of counting ends. And how can we get a glimpse each week? Through the gift of Shabbat. Shabbat, which brings us a little closer to Torah. Shabbat, which is the manifestation of God's love. Torah and Shabbat, with that metaphor of a Shabbat bride. For a moment we pray, to dance, to touch, to understand. Page 138. This is what the mystics thought anew when they sang Lecha Dodi. The first and the second, fifth. When we get to the final verse, we rise, we face the doors of the sanctuary, we symbolically, metaphorically, figuratively welcome Shabbat into our midst, and after we rise for verse 9, we remain standing for the Baruch Hu. join together in the Baruch. We join together on the next page. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. You, Adonai, who brings on eternity. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv Aravi. Page 150. We continue together on 155. Please be seated. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you this day. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. And guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them in the doorway of your house, outside your gate. They are reminders to do all moments mitzvot. He may be holy and God. I, Lord, I led you out of the house to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. Responsively, 157. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Sinai we were delivered. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame Let us continue to work for the day when the world will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. V'ne'amar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov ugolo miyad chazak mimenu. Blessed are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. The bottom of page 161 together. Give us a place to rest, Adonai, our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem, over yours. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. A thought has blown the marketplace away. There is song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat arrives in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night. Eternity utters a day. We rise, we begin together, and then from 170 to 180, standing or sitting, however you wish, Hebrew, English, silence. Just take a moment to be in Shabbat as we close this week. But first, we join together.
Mechayeha kol atarav lahoshia. Mechakel chayim v'chesed. Mechayeha kol v'rachamim rabim. Somet novlim v'rofeh holim. Unatir asurim. Umekayeh emunato. Lishenei ava. Michamocha ba'gevurot. Unidal melech. Melech memit umechayeh. Umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'emanata l'chayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai. Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh. U'kadoshim b'chol yom yehallelujah selah. Baruch atah Adonai. Ha'el hakadosh.
However you wish to continue silently. On this rainbow Shabbat, on this Shabbat when we think about making whole, when we think about breaking, taking together broken pieces and making them whole. We think of many who are broken in our community, some who are physically ill, some who take care of them, who are broken and tired inside, even as they try to be loving and caring. We think of their doctors and nurses and caregivers who devote their lives to healing. And we think of others who just seek the wholeness, the shleimut of peace. And so we pray for Annette Dover and Charlotte Fiwas, Stacy Lewis, Jeffrey Mark, Pauline Wittenberg, William Westerman, Maria Schoen, Gordon Brody, Graham Baker, Elliot Blumberg, Holly Clegg, Cynthia Labovitz, Katrina Joy Rogers, Joel Green, Marjorie Deutsch, Roseanne Margolis, Eddie Sankary, Debbie Friedman, Vera Madison, Claire Brunhold. Oh, we had Ann Mecklenburger, and she's fine. She's still healing. And we had the other names of those who may be in need of our prayers. Susan Schultz. Ellen Tedmack, thank you. Page 371, if you wish to join in, Baruch atah Adonai Rofei HaCholim, God bring healing to those in need. We turn to page 586, and we rise before the open ark for Aleinu.
Shalom.
You may be seated. Turn to page 594. It is a fearful thing to love what death can touch. A fearful thing to love, hope, dream, to be and to lose. A thing for fools this, and a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me, your laugh once lifted me, your word was gift to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing to love what death has touched. As we turn to 598 for the Kaddish, we note Shloshim, the 30-day period of mourning of Sarah Carr, Rona Rafael, Sam Perelson, Edie Myers. If you wish, it is a custom to rise as you hear the name of one whose yahrzeit you are marking. And on this Shabbat, we mention the names of Billy Lewis Aronoff, J.D. Buddy Backus, Louis Bassist, David Berger, Alvin Blumberg, Celia Brother, Kenneth Burke, Edwin Kohler, Doris Diamond, Faye Kalish Fairman, Bea Field, Libby Freed, Abe Friedman, Roy Gernsbacher, Isidore H. Ginsberg, Dora Goldberg, Nessa Greiver, John N. Gurney, Leonard Hollander, Minnie Cohen Jackson, Louis Clark, Leah Krause, Faye Kurtz, Florence Letterman, Harry Lehrer, Joan Mecklenburger, Abe Poses, Esther B. Rauch, Tamara Rausch, Hyman Herman Sampson, Henry Sandberger, Sam Sturman, Bernice Tarshish, Sophie Welsh, Flora Wolfson, and Imra Unger. As we think of them and others who live in our hearts and minds, we rise together to offer support to those who are in mourning. We join together. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'galal v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shleim arba m'varach leo u'lameel maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitro v'yitnaseh v'yitaleh v'yitala shmeid kudsha richu. Elam in kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechmata damiram v'yamal v'imru amen. Hey shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mramav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May God, who brings wholeness, shleimut, peace, bring these to us, all who are broken and in mourning. And let us say, Amen. Please be seated. Thank you first to the choir. Tonight our closing song is Piano as a Concert. And as I asked Dr. Ungar from Piano, Texas, and a member of our congregation to share with us the pieces, and the two wonderful pianists who will share with us tonight, I want to remind you that when the concert's over, we will join in Kiddush and Motzi, the blessing over wine and challah here, and then we invite you to the Oneg Shabbat to meet our pianists and greet them and thank them for sharing the gift of music with us. I'm going to turn it over to him, and I think I'm going to use maybe one of these, something, oh yeah, there it is, okay, and it's on, everything, oh, great. Well then I'll just turn this on. While we're setting up, let me just say and handing out programs, that it is a treat to have Tomas in our congregation, and the gift of Piano Texas is a gift to our community, and he'll tell you more. But it is an incredible opportunity over 3 weeks in June. You can see it on your flyer, to hear gifted pianists from around the world here in Fort Worth, and it is a gift to have two of them with us tonight. And we thank him every year for bringing this gift to us, and he is going to share a little bit about the pieces. But wait one moment till the microphone comes, because there are people watching us at home who will only hear you that way. They don't know you can do it here, or we're setting up the note. There we go.
Testing.
Set that up.
This one's not broadcasting in here, so it's just on
Oh, in that case, we're going to go back to Plan B.
Yep.
Which was ready to go. What's the Plan B? Yes.
So good evening, and thank you, Rabbi, for this wonderful opportunity, and good Shabbat to you all. It's a wonderful occasion to be here and introduce to you the 38th year that Piano Texas International Festival and Academy has been taking place. 38 years is a long time, I'm sure you all realize. But every year we try to bring a theme that would interest everybody. And this year we are doing French music, the golden age of French music between 1850 to 1950 about. That includes Debussy, Ravel, Bizet, Fauré. And what is very interesting about it is that in many, many cases in America, we do not really play French music as it should be. And that's one of the reasons why I have invited 4 of the greatest French pianists who are living at this moment, young as they are, including Philippe Bianconi. He came second in the Claiborne competition in 1985. Now he's a world-renowned artist of his own recording and everything. It is a wonderful range of music, of some presentations, including Ari Vardi from Israel. He's going to talk something on the 28th of June, which was telecast in Israel all over, and it has won awards. And it is called A Girl Called Ondine, because both Ravel and Debussy composed on the theme of Ondine, which is well, I won't tell you, you have to come and hear him. But Ari is one of the greatest teachers and performers that we can invite, and he will be here. Also, we will have lots of wonderful music every night. Only 6 of them, the Distinguished Artist Series, are to be ticketed. The rest is all free. We will have a competition for the best who will play with the Fort Worth Symphony. And on this occasion, I must say we are so fortunate to have Miguel Hart-Bedoya, who's saying goodbye to us. He's of course, as you know, the music director. And he has been involved with us, and now this time he's exclusively conducting all the 3 concerts. By the way, if you possibly want to hear a doctor play Beethoven, or you want to hear a investment broker playing Brahms, and then you want to come and hear many of our amateurs as well as teachers. So without further ado, what I have done today is to show the difference between French music and the other Chopin or Beethoven. So you can hear the difference, because French music is something that you see. You don't really want to be involved. You see it, you wonder about the beauty, much like you have in the Impressionists in the art world. And then I have invited one of our best pianists who will be taking part, Isaac Foreman, to play 2 Debussy pieces from Estampe. And one is the Soir de la Granada, which is actually an evening in Granada. I must tell you, Debussy never visited Spain. All of this came from the visual aspect of a postcard. And after that, the Gardens in the Rain. He will be playing these 2 pieces. And after that, Daniela Liebman will play Chopin. And that's an enticement. You don't put your holidays next year in June, because next year we are celebrating the 250th anniversary of Beethoven and the 210th anniversary of Chopin. And so we will have a lot of people here who will enjoy those great composers. So this is just a little taste for next year as well. So without further ado, please warm welcome to Isaac Foreman.
was wonderful as John's putting the piano down. That was absolutely wonderful. We want you to join us next door. In fairness to John, the tune for the Kiddush was not meant to be understood on that kind of musical level. It was just something we could all sing together. So we can't really, and I'm here, now it's time for the Kiddush, which is beautiful, but on a whole different kind of plane. So on that note, I hope you will rise and join with us as our choir leads us in the blessing over wine, page 123. Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom. Please join us over in the gathering area.